All right, it is time for Friday Reads. Hey everyone, it is Shannon, and I'm super excited to be here today and to share with you this video. In my Friday Reads videos, I share how my reading has been going, including what I finished, what I've started, and anything interesting I'm carrying over week to week. I left my starts way over there, so we're just going to leave that. There'll still be enough to talk about. Anyway, yeah, so that's what I will do, but I do want to start with a bit of an announcement. I think I'm going to be taking a break from doing videos. I do have something coming out next week, I think Tuesday, a TV video. Thank you to everyone who's been watching the TV and film related videos. I really appreciate it, and I also totally understand if that is not something that is of interest. You get to choose how you spend your time, and that includes which videos to watch. But I've really enjoyed doing the TV and film ones, and I have one more TV one to share, so I'm excited about that. But after that, I think I am going to be taking a break from doing videos, and also that means I will be probably not doing the currently reading challenge in the fall. I was going to do it in the fall at some point. I had thought October, and as it turns out, that's just really just not going to work out for me. And so I am going to leave that for another time, something to look forward to in the future, probably next May. But I did want to mention it because I have let people know that that could be coming, but not going to be doing it this fall. I still do plan on finishing the 6 titles that are left that I carried over with me from last year to this year, which is Les Mis, Outline Alphabets, My Soul to Keep, which I hope to actually finish this month, Tess of the Dubervilles, and 2 other titles that make up the 6. I can't remember. I'm down to 1 nonfiction, which is great. Did I mention Les Mis? I should have mentioned Les Mis. Anyway, but that is still my goal for the year. But doing it as the currently reading challenge, or figuring out the currently reading challenge for the fall, is just not going to work out. So I can tell that that's the case, so I thought I would share since I know. And also that I'll be taking a break from doing videos. I don't know how long that break is going to be. We'll have to see how things go. And or I might not. I might feel like doing videos, but my instinct is telling me that it's time to take a break, and I find that it's usually good to listen to that. And I might do some vlog and like do clips and stuff like that, and then but when I do that, the last time I did that, I had all of these clips together, and I was transferring my phone got full, so I was transferring all of the video clips and and then I did something, I was like, that's kind of weird, and then I was looking for them later, and then I was like, oh, I remember when I was having some problems, and I hit undo a lot, and I didn't feel like anything happened. What happened is it deleted all the vlog clips that I had transferred. So anyway, I have started a new vlog. I don't know if it will end up going anywhere, but I thought it might be fun to do a vlog that's a bit more just sort of everyday life. So we'll see if that happens. I don't know if it will. But in terms of regularly scheduled programming, I just know that I'm not going to be able to maintain a schedule. So I thought I would share that that's the case, and I'm not sure how long it'll be. I will still be on Instagram and Goodreads. So if you are looking for me, those are good places to look. And I will still, of course, be watching videos. But I won't be up to filming them. Okay, so that is the update. Let's get to the books. I have finished a bunch of stuff, but it's all pretty short and pretty easy, but that's just what how it turned out, or where my attention span's been. So I did finish The Cold, which is the 5th Star Wars Adventures in Cold Space book. These are kids' novels that are set in the Star Wars universe, and they follow a two brother-sister sibling set that are, trying to achieve like sort of one long goal over the book series, and hit lots of various adventures along the way. And a lot of it's very familiar in terms of Star Wars type situations of locations, even though I don't know if there's anything that's super specific, but the different kinds of planets and, different encounters, and, they start thinking that the Empire is okay, and then they find out that it isn't, so now they're sort of like on the run from the Empire and trying to avoid them, but they need to get things done, and they sort of run the show, so, that kind of stuff. Anyway, I'm not going to go into specifics as this is the 5th out of 6 books, but I did finish it, and I am planning on starting the 6th one, and then I will have a series complete. I'm actually I almost started it yesterday, and then I hesitated because I didn't want to be finished it, because it has been so nice to read a kids book series that's very it's not actually, the books are not low stakes, but for me, because the world is so familiar and I'm familiar with Star Wars things, it feels low stakes. But anyway, I am going to start the 6th book. I'll just have to find something else after that, because they are sort of Goosebumps length. They're really not that long, like 100 pages in print or 140 digitally, and it's been a great series to read. I don't actually know how I heard about this one, but I read Owly, The Way Home by Andy Runton. This was super cute. So this is a kid's, I think it is a graphic novel, but The Way Home had 2 stories in it. So it's not a comic, I don't think. It's a graphic novel, but it had 2 stories, and it was great. So we have Owly here, who's an owl, and he goes around trying to help people out and do things and be friends with people, but for some reason everyone's scared of him. I guess owls are predators, but so people resist or are fearful and those kinds of things. But then he finds Wormy, who got washed away in a storm, and he sort of helps Wormy out, and it's so super cute. And then also one of the interesting things about this one is that sometimes the boxes are words, and sometimes they're pictures. And I thought that was a really interesting combination, especially for a kid's book. I gather this is quite a young kid's book. There's lots of big expressions and big moments, and it was a perfect book at the perfect time, and I enjoyed it. So this had 2 stories in it, and I'm looking forward to continuing the series. I think that was one that the library recommended to me when I placed a hold on something, that if you place a hold on something for something that's unavailable, it often pops up sort of like 4 recommendations, and I think that is how I got Owly. I'm not sure, I read it from the library. So I also did finish, and this was on my TBR, so 2 points, or I guess 1 point. I did finish Space Station Situation, which is the 3rd in the CatStronauts series. This is a graphic novel series about cats in space, or cats who are astronauts. Some cats are on planet Earth, and so it's cats that are astronauts. It's shenanigans. It's very exuberant. It's very expressive. There's very high stakes because they're in space, and I really enjoyed this one, but it did make me realize, because we're following the same characters and now I'm on the 3rd one, I don't remember who's who in terms of the different cats, so that is something for me to look for when I read the next one. I have the rest of the series on hold. Maybe that's why Owly got recommended to me, but they all have a fair wait time, so no cats in space at the moment, but they're still there. I just haven't read them yet. But yeah, so this is a really fun, humorous series, and I really like the cats, and although I don't know who's who. Next time, maybe they should have intro cards. I love it when series do that, especially manga series that are long, that after a certain amount of series, they often have sort of like a set of character cards or a spread of the characters and relationships. I really appreciate that, especially, I haven't gotten to Devil's Line. I did read Devil's Line 12 recently, so I have 13 and 14 left. I'm very, very close to finishing that series, and it is quite, at this point, it is quite a cast of characters. And in the last volume, I was like, several people like changed their hair, and I was like, no, like, you're dealing with so many people. I'm like, no haircuts past volume 10. So anyway, at least the characters noted it, like, said, do you change your hair? So I'm like, okay, because there's so many people. I actually did a character card that I leave in my Kindle for that one, because there are so many people, and also because with Devil's Line, it's a manga series, and it also has some elements of subterfuge in it. So there's people that are working for other people that are undercover, and people that, you're not sure where their loyalties lie, and people with multiple names, and people with code names. So I needed some support, so I did that. And then I think the volume after I did that, they ended up, or maybe they've always had the spread of characters, I'm not sure. I can't remember. I've been reading it so long, but 2 volumes to go. I hope that I finish that soon. I also made progress on the Wonder Woman series. I read volume 4, and so now I am heading to volume 7. This is the 2011 run of Wonder Woman, if that's the right way to phrase that. And I'm really looking forward to it. This is the one that I have been anxiously awaiting to read, because this one's written by Meredith Finch. Does it say that here? Yeah, Meredith Finch. So I really wanted to read Wonder Woman written by a woman. So this was the version of Wonder Woman that I could find that was that case, but volumes 1 through 6 were written by someone else. So 7, 8, and 9 are written by Meredith Finch. I really hope it. I really hope I like it after all of that work. But yeah, so that's another series. So there's several series that I am hoping to make progress on and finish, and we'll see how that goes. I also got the next one in the Owly series. So that's sort of what I finished, although Wonder Woman I finished number 6. And then I am continuing on with, of course, Les Misérables. Of course, I'm still in the 5th volume of 5 volumes. The first section, the first sort of chapter or book is so long. I have about 6 more pages to finish it. I tabbed them off. It's in yellow, so it's a little hard to see, but look at how much. It's like a quarter of this section. It's just that first bit. So my aim to finish Les Mis is Halloween. I have found the past couple weeks I've sort of gotten a little off kilter, but I did find in the summer my reading rhythm had changed a little bit. I didn't read as many days of the week as I used to. So I had to, with Les Mis, I had to read more on all the other days. And right now I'm finding that as well too. It actually is still summer until the 21st-ish. Yeah, so I do find that I don't read as many days, which means on the days I do, I should read a little bit more. So I'm just sort of adjusting to that. But I still have, normally by the time I record Friday Reads, I would be done my pages for the week, but I still have 12 to go. So that's actually a fair amount, given my aim is 25 a week. So I am behind, but I think I'll be okay. I'll probably read those 6 and then finish that section and then do the math again the next time I do my reading planning. I am also continuing on with, I started The Grim Grotto by Lemony Snicket. This is the 11th in the series of unfortunate events. I am buddy reading this with Izzy and Kate Kelly. And yeah, so I'm really enjoying this one. I am actually just over halfway through. I've read 7 out of 13 chapters, and just literally just over halfway through. I had hoped to finish it this week, or by today, and I haven't, which again, Les Mis lets me know that my reading pace is a little slower than anticipated, but that's okay because I actually had a feeling that might be the case, so I started this one a week early. So normally I would finish this in a week, but it looks like it's going to take 2, and that's okay because I started it early. I am enjoying this one a lot. This one, I love The Slippery Slope a lot as well, but this one I'm really enjoying it. This is one where there are particular moments I am waiting for, and I don't know, other than the reptile room, which was way back in book 2, I don't know if there has been anything in particular that I've been waiting for it to happen, but this one has that, and water, I like adventures, stories in water, although saying it's adventures, and I actually classify those as thrillers, to be honest, because they're so tense that's what I put them under. I don't know if that's the correct classification, because they're a kids book, but that's not a genre, that's an age group, so I picked thriller to be consistent. So I don't know, what would you put it as? I guess I don't want to say anything else without, no spoilers, especially 11th book in. And but that's because I feel like it holds the tension. And for me, thrillers are about the tone. Does it hold tension? There is another, way to describe thrillers. But for me, I'm thinking sort of more in movie terms, which is thrillers are tone. I also want to, this is totally random, but I also want to share my plant, because I moved a plant. It used to be over here, and sometimes it was over there, although now it's peach season, so there's peaches over there. But I have this plant that I wanted to share. This is totally random, but it's just within reach, and this is my little what's it called, polka dot plant, and it was it has been having a bit of a rough ride. I replanted it ages ago because the roots were coming out the bottom, and so it was in a planter like twice as high, and it was just not thriving. I thought maybe it was getting too much sun over there. You can see all the sun. So I moved it here in front of me, which is indirect light, and it just, I don't know. And so I repotted it, and then I noticed that it's mostly has sort of more like peat moss type soil, and what I had repotted it into was regular soil, and it had not, the roots had not grown, even though they were coming out of the bottom of the planter. When I repotted it, they did not go further into the soil. So anyway, let me know, have you ever had a polka dot plant? I know I should just look it up and see what they need. I'm not asking that, I'm just more, that's my job, it's my plant. But have you ever had a polka dot plant? It is the first one of this kind that I've had, so I have a feeling, oh, see some of the leaves. Where's that one? This one, let's see. But it used to have a lot of leaves fall off, and even though it looks a little, like, I don't know, actually, maybe it looks fine other than that one, but no leaves have fallen off recently, so I feel like that means maybe we're heading in the right direction. I feel like it's just, you know, I am not a plant-centric person, as more than 3 years ago, all of the plants I had, other than 2, which were very resilient, just died. I have a succulent that I've had for many, many, many years, and a pothos, which are extremely resilient. But in the past couple of years, I've had more plants and been able to keep them alive. So, but this one, I don't know, I just feel like I don't quite know what it needs. So I keep trying stuff. I feel like I know I should look it up, and you can't control everything. Like, there's certain things, often you can't control temperature, and often you only have a certain amount of spaces with a certain amount of light, and, you know, plants like a certain amount of light. They all probably have their specific amount of light that they like, and you may or may not have that in your place. So, yeah, so I'm hoping indirect light might be a little bit better for this one. Kind of feels like maybe it's ground cover. You know, sometimes some plants are a little more outdoor plant-centric. I don't know. It looks a little better, so that's feeling good, and we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so random plant. I guess I haven't done as much reading when I have to throw in a random plant at the end. But, yeah, but my focus really is to finish Grim Grotto, to continue on Les Mis. I haven't started the Mercy Thompson book at all. I'm just not at a place where I think I can retain that story, and even though I'm really looking forward to it. So I think I'm going to return it to the library. I mentioned it in my TBR video, but I am going to pick back up Sword of Darkness to read with Anita. We're going to get back to reading that, so I'm really excited about that. I might even try that on audio. It's on Scribd. I don't normally read fiction on audio unless I'm rereading, but I might give that one a shot. I don't know. It's also, I've never read a romance on audio, so especially a racy one, and I think this one probably will be, if it's the same as other works in the sort of greater Dark Hunters universe. So I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll tag team it and do, like, you know, a chapter on, a chapter off. Maybe that would be worse. I'm not sure. I'm going to get back to it. That much I know. So those 3 are going to be my priority. And then also, of course, more Wonder Woman. Very, very much looking forward to Volume 7 and hopefully finishing Devil's Line. So there you go. That's some of the stuff that I have been reading and a plant. And let me know what you have been reading recently. And I do have a video, as I said, coming out next week, another TV video. And then after that, I think I'm going to take a break for a bit. And I will see how things go. So there is my Friday reads for the week. Thank you so much for watching. And I will be back soon in that other video, and then we'll have to see how things go. All right. Thank you so much for watching.